What's up everyone, it's Bones here. In today's video, I'll be showcasing the new ninja stuff, which I happened to also cover a little bit on a few months ago when they were first revealed. But in today's video, I just want to go more in depth with the archetype. But before I begin, if you happen to enjoy content like this, clicking on those thumbs up and subscribe buttons would be greatly appreciated, as it goes a long way in supporting the channel and shows me that you like content like this. So, as seen in my previous video, if you haven't seen this one, this is just what happens when you have Isolde access, which you're going to see. I'm going to get the ad of any ninja here, it doesn't have to be the scale, and then I'm going to use the Isolde, and from there I'm going to get the Hanzo, which the Hanzo will then grab me the Baku, which is one of the first new support cards that we got for the ninja archetype, and it reads, if this card is added to your hand except by drawing it, you can special summon it. If this card is special summoned or flip face up, you can target one ninja or ninjutsu art card in your graveyard or face-up spell and trap zone, except Beast Ninja Baku, return it to the hand. You can only use each effect of Beast Ninja Baku once per turn. Something cool to note here is that if you already have scales and you happen to have a ninjutsu art card in your hand, you can special summon this, return your scale 1 and then special summon it. I forget the name of it. But from here I'm going to special summon the Baku with its effect. And now we can use its effect grabbing back the equip, which is one of the new ninjutsu art cards of the archetype, and it reads, the equipped monster gains 500 attack and is also treated as a ninja monster. You can only use each of the following effects of ninjutsu art equipment once per turn. You can banish one ninja monster from your graveyard, then target one card on the field, destroy it. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one of your banished ninja monsters, either add it to your hand or special summon it in face down defense position. So just free resources here, as we're going to go into our Saizo now, which will also allow us to get a super transformation, which is a cool card here, and you'll see our target for it later in the deck profile, as it allows us to summon a dragon, dinosaur, or a sea serpent monster from our deck. Though the level part is dependent on what your opponent summons. So now I'm going to showcase the second bread and butter combo before I go into the more complex ones that take a little bit more than just 2 cards. So as you can see, I'll start by normal summoning the Upstart Golden Ninja, which then we can pitch a trap, special summon our Hanzo, and from there we can use the Hanzo's effect, which will grab the first of our scales. Then we'll link summon into Isolde, which will grab us our second scale here, and from here we can use the Isolde effect again, and I'm not going to summon Upstart because I'm trying to make this a combo where you just have Upstart and a trap. But as you'll see, I'm going to special summon the Hanzo here, get the ad for the Shogun, and now I can scale the 1 and the 10 here. I forget their names, but I'm going to Pendulum Summon now for the Shogun. Then I can use the Shogun's effect, which will grab me back the Hanzo and the Upstart Ninja. And from there I can get the Hanzo effect, which will add me the Insect Ninja Mitsu, which is another one of the new cards, and it reads, if you control a ninja card or a face-down defense position monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can target one face-down defense position monster you control, change it to face-up defense position. And if you do, change this card to face-down defense position. Then, if the targeted monster was a ninja monster except Mitsu, negate that opponent's activated effect. You can only use each effect of Mitsu once per turn. So another extender to help you combo that you can add freely off of Hanzo, but it's also an insect, which is pretty important when it comes to the fusions. And you'll see that I'm now going to make the cross sheep, and I want to point out that there's actually a few avenues that you could take. I'm going into cross sheep because I want to show the full extent of the hand, but if you wanted to, you could have made Appaloosa here and then link away into Saizo, which is probably what you'll end up doing most of the time, as you don't want to play too heavily into Nibiru, but this is just to show what you could do. So from here, I'll special summon the Mitsu, I'll fuse away into the Mizan, which is the new fusion monster we're getting, and it takes 2 ninja monsters with different types. Must be first either fusion summoned or special summoned from your extra deck by tributing the above cards. Your ninja monsters can attack directly, cannot be targeted for attacks while you control a face-down defense position monster. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can special summon 1 ninja monster from your deck in face-up or face-down defense position. You can only use this effect of Mizan once per turn. And what this will allow us to do now is trigger the Cross Sheep, which will then allow us to special summon back a Hanzo, which will get us yet another monster as we get the Baku now, and that's another special summon that we can get, and we also get 1 back to hand as we get the equip spell back, which at this point there's even more ways that you can go about this combo, because from this point on, had you grabbed back Mitsu, what you could do is make Scoldred with the Cross Sheep, Upstart, and Baku, special summon the Mitsu off the Scoldred, then make Zealantis, the Link 4 that banishes everything. I'll put a picture on the screen. But the scenarios where that would come up don't feel as frequent in my opinion, especially when you're already extending so hard into your combos. So you're going to see Dugaras here as we're just going to keep special summoning and even getting more adds as I bring back a Hanzo. And from here we'll add the Kagero, which is another new ninja monster, and it reads, if this card is summoned or flip face up, you can special summon 1 ninja monster from your hand or graveyard in face down defense position, except Kagero. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets 1 ninja card or face down defense position monster you control, and no other cards, while this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, you can special summon this card in face down defense position, and if you do, return the targeted card to the hand. You can only use each effect of Musket Ninja Kagero once per turn. So from here we're going to fuse away into the second Mizan, then go into the Appaloosa. You could actually just make the Appaloosa first, but I'm also going to show that I'm playing Volo because you have the 2 level 6s, so you can still play a rank 6 even with Beatrice banned, or Snow banned, and Beatrice not being as strong anymore. But this is just one of the lines I wanted to show that you can take, as you can end with your Appaloosa, the Volo, and follow-up. And at this point, you could have even made a Hanzo instead of the Volo if you wanted to, but at that point, there's no point of making the Mizans. You'd actually just make Masquerena along with the Saizo. So now I'm going to get into a series of 2.5 card combos, and you've probably noticed by now that I'm playing 60 cards, and it's because we do have a hefty amount of traps in here. With all the breaks that you do have to play, I still feel it's better to play 60. But the new card that we have here is Sky Ninja Tobari, and this one reads, cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects the turn it is special summoned or flip face up. You can only use each of the following effects of Tobari once per turn. You can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, special summon 1 ninja monster from your hand in face up or face down defense position, and during your opponent's main or battle phase, quick effect, you can fusion summon 1 ninja fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. I want to point out that the second effect will get better over time as we get new ninja cards that are coming that change how this deck plays a little bit. But to show off what it does here, you'll see that I'm going to use the Tobari in order to special summon the Hanzo, and from there we can use the Hanzo in order to add ourselves a Kagero. And from there we can normal summon the Kagero, use its effect, bringing back the Tobari, and because it's a face down monster, we can still fusion away with it, I would like to point out, as I go into the Isolde. And I'm going to get the add for one of the scales, which then I can use the Isolde effect, bringing me a Upstart Golden Ninja as I use that effect in order to pitch a trap, bring out the Hanzo. Then I can use the Hanzo's effect, which will net me the search for the other scale, as now I can go into Dugaras, bring back another copy of Hanzo, and then I can use the Hanzo effect to search, which will get me into the Shogun, and from here we'll go directly into the Appaloosa, and then I'll place the scales here as I'm going to Pendulum Summon the Shogun, And from there we can use the Shogun's effect here, which will change its position, bringing back the Upstart Golden Ninja and the Hanzo, which the Hanzo will get us another add, and that will get us the Baku, which then we can special summon the Baku. Baku will grab back a card here as we get back the Kagero, and then we'll contact into the Mizan. We'll do that again for another Mizan, make the Volo, which again you could have made Saizo Masquerena or something along those lines. I just like going over this option here because of how much graveyard stuff there is today. So now I'll be using the same cards in order to take a different line of play, and this time I won't be directly going for the Appaloozas. I'm going to use the Tobari's effect, special summoning the Hanzo. The Hanzo can get an add for the Kagero, normal summoning the Kagero. Again, we're going to do a lot of what you saw in the previous combo as we go into the Isolde, and the Isolde will get us our first scale. We can then use the Isolde, pitching the 4 equips, and from there we'll get the Upstart Golden Ninja here as we'll use its effect, pitching a trap, bringing out the Hanzo. Hanzo can get the add for another scale here, and from there we can go into the Dugaris. Dugaris will get us back the copy of Hanzo, which will then use the Hanzo effect, which will get us the Shogun. We can then go into the Cross Sheep here, go into our Mizan in order to trigger the Cross Sheep. Cross Sheep will get back Hanzo, and now we have 2 monsters to Pendulum Summon, or we can get the Baku, which will get the Baku here and special summon that, which will get us back the Upstart Golden Ninja to give us the 2 monsters to Pendulum Summon, as we're going to go into a second copy of Mizan. From here we can go into Volo, we can scale away as we're going to Pendulum Summon 2 now, and we're going to get even more bodies with the effect of Shogun here as we get Kagero and Hanzo. So we'll get the add of Mitsu here, which will then go into our Saizo, special summoning the Mitsu, and from here we can go into IP Masquerena using the Saizo effect, and this will allow us to get a Ninjutsu Art of Fallen Leaves dance, which is another new Ninjutsu art card, which reads, activate this card by targeting 1 ninja monster or face down defense position monster on the field, tribute it, and if you do, special summon 1 ninja monster from your deck. If this card leaves the field, send that monster to the graveyard. If this card is face up, you can target 1 ninjutsu art continuous spell trap in your spell and trap zone, return it to the hand. You can only use 1 ninjutsu art of Fallen Leaves Dance effect per turn, and only once that turn, which is important to note. But this is another card that will be getting better in time, as I'll be featuring it more once the Photon Hypernova stuff comes out. From here we can get back the Phoenix Blade, which you'll be able to do in the majority of your combos, as we don't even make the Appaloosa here, which you could. The point of this is to show all the different play lines that you can take and when you can take them. So for this final combo here, and it'll be another combo with Hanzo and Tabari, because I wanted to make this video more oriented on the ninjas. You won't see me running stuff like Renaud, but that won't change what you can do. It's just something you don't even really need, as you can use the Tobari here, special summoning the Hanzo. The Hanzo can get its effect, which will add us the Kagero. We can then use the Kagero, bringing back the Tobari, and from there we'll link away into Isolde. Isolde will get us an add for a scale here, and from there we'll use the Isolde again, which will get us another copy of Upstart Golden Ninja. Upstart Golden Ninja can now use its effect, which will special summon a copy of Hanzo. Hanzo will get us an add for another scale. Again, much like our previous combos, as we go into Dugaris, Dugaris will get us the Hanzo here. Hanzo will get us an add, in which we get the Shogun again, which is just extra bodies as we go into Skulldread. And now we're going to use the Skulldread to special summon the Shogun here, unlike our previous combos. We've Pendulum summoned the Shogun, and from here we're going to use the Shogun's effect, bringing back Upstart Golden Ninja and Hanzo. Hanzo will net us an add, which will get us the Baku. Baku will then special summon itself, which will get us a monster to pendulum summon because we have the scales in hand, and we get Hanzo in order to get us another ad, as we're now going to go into Mizan, link away into Zealantis, which I was talking about earlier, as now we're going to rearrange our zones, special summon all our monsters back, as I'm going to use the Hanzo again here, add the Mitsu, which now we can link away into Cross Sheep, go into the second Mizan here. The Cross Sheep will get us back a Hanzo. Hanzo will get an ad here, which will add a copy of Upstart Golden Ninja for follow-up. Again, you can add whatever you need to here, but we're going to special summon the Mitsu now, as we're going to link away into Appaloosa. You could have gone into Saizo as well. You don't want to go into Appaloosa there. Would be keeping the Cross Sheep as well, but you'll also make the Volo. From here, we can place the scales, and we're now going to pendulum summon, as we're going to get another ad off of Hanzo, which will get us a Upstart Golden Ninja, and from there we'll get the Saizo. The Saizo will now set another Super Ninjutsu transformation. This here will be our end board. So onto the deck profile, and before I continue, I would like to read the other new ninja cards. As you see, we have a new field spell. It is always treated as a ninjutsu art card. When your ninja monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can target one card they control, destroy it. If this face-up card in its owner's field zone leaves the field by an opponent's card effect and is sent to the graveyard or banished, you can target any number of ninja monsters with different names in your graveyard, special summon them in face-down defense position. Novel Ninjutsu Art Book is a quick play spell that reads, if your opponent controls a card, set one ninjutsu art spell, trap, and or one ninja monster up to one from your deck and up to one from your graveyard, except Novel Ninjutsu Art Book. This set card is sent to the graveyard. You can target one face-up monster on the field. Change it to face-down defense position. You can only use each effect of Novel Ninjutsu Art Book once per turn. And as for the last one, we have Green Ninja, which is something we waited for forever now. But it reads, if a monster is special summoned to your field face up except during the damage step, you can target one of them, special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, change that monster to face down defense position. If this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can target one monster on the field, change it to face up attack position or face down defense position. You can only use each effect of Green Ninja once per turn. So with that out of the way, I've been teasing the super transformation target. This is Albaz, and as you can see, we're playing Lubellion and Mirror Jade. So you go into depends what your opponent obviously has on board. The Ninjutsu Art of Transformation will allow us to get Apex Avion. You do have to keep in mind that you'll only be doing this when Shogun going to be on your end board. See that we have a bunch of ways to get into Isolde here, as I feel that's the bread and butter of the deck. Also a really easy way to get into your ninja stuff. Super Transformation also turning into Mirror Jade potentially is kind of nice. You'll see that I also play 5 different Ninjutsu art traps because I wanted variants a specific build. You'll see we are on the Neospace connector not only for the Isolde access, but as you probably saw in the combos, there are a lot of ways you can interrupt this deck. Being able to potentially rip out hand traps is something this deck needs, which is also why I showcase exchange and talents here as options. As you saw from the combos, Nibiru can ruin this deck's day. Overall, ninja stuff feels it actually has a direction now. It still needs more cards. Just with Hanzo, you can still get your super transformation, which makes Mirror Jade most scenarios. Also playing a total of 20 traps help you with the control style element. Having cards like Tobari, Junk Forward, Flint Lady, and Red Layer definitely bonuses. They all combo really well with Hanzo. Su also makes it so that playing it and Hanzo easy Saizo. Finally, to go over the card by card, you'll see that we have the 3 Hanzo, the 3 Upstart Golden Ninja, the 3 Tobari, the 3 Mitsu, the 1 Baku, the 1 Kaguro, the 1 Twilight Shogun, 3 Red Layer, the 3 Fireflint Lady, the 3 Drunk Forward, the 3 Neo Connector, the 1 Aqua Dolphin, the Kagen, the Jogan, the 3 Durandal, the 1 Mitsu Art Equip, the 1 Phoenix Blade, the 1 Living Fossil, 1 Called by the Grave, Rhoda, the 5 different Mitsu art traps as you see here, the 1 Alba Super Transformation, and 1 Apex Avion for the formation. It's just nice to take out your opponent's graveyard, while Shadow Sealing can be a good way to interrupt decks that rely on their normal summon. We have the 3 Imperm, the 3 Dino Mischiefs, also the Mine out for the deck. 3 Evenly, still want to be able to go second. A lot of these traps in specific, like D-Barrier and Ichiroku's Ledger Book, still be used to play going second, as you can potentially put them along with each other, force out everything in your opponent's board. The extra deck, you'll see we have the 1 Appaloosa, the 1 Skull Dread, Access Code, Zelantis, the 2 Isolde, the 1 Saizo, the 1 Masquerena, Cross Sheep, Dugaris, the Volo, the 2 Mizan, the 1 Lubellion, and the Mirror Jade. Found out the deck profile. Talk about some of the last options here. Fenrir and the Bestial cards will obviously be good options in any deck, the Bestial cards especially with tier format. But I would also like to talk about Beatrice being an interesting side deck option. You can still send the Necro World Banshee and the Zombie World, which will make matchups like Flu a lot easier. But even being able to slow down some of the tier plays that may require an Aqua in order to fuse. Anyways, that's all for today's video. If you made it this far, I would like to thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them down below. It's Bones, signing out.